You obviously it was a different summer for you and didn't do a lot on the field during the minicamp. So how nice has it been the last week plus action and kind of got here?
Man, it's been amazing. I think last time I talked to y'all, I told y'all that it was killing me not being able to be on the field with the guys, and man, I just been out here enjoying it, man. Like a kid in a candy store, just every little thing is a big thing, and just enjoying it, man. From the individuals to stretching with the guys to routes from there, being able to finally run, plays against the defense, being in the huddle, hearing plays, all of those different things have been, such a blessing to be able to do, and, just enjoying, each step of the way. It's been a lot of fun.
How nice was it the Broncos were able to rework your contract a little and give you some incentives to reach?
Yeah, it was nice. I think it was made pretty clear that this is home for me and this is where I wanted to be in. I'm grateful that we were able to come to some form of an agreement to be able to help both of us move forward, and the biggest thing is going out there and having success as an offense and doing what we know we're capable of doing. We went over some numbers yesterday in our team meeting, and if we are able to take care of a few small details in some games, we're in a different place at the end of the season last year. So we know that we have the ability to be able to go out there and have success. It's just us being able to go out there and do it. And I'm looking forward to, continuing to put these days together, stacking these days, and getting into the position that we want to be in so that when the season rolls around, we can hit the ground rolling. Obviously everything's not going to be perfect once the season rolls around, but as chasing perfection is what we're out here doing right now in training camp, and I think the guys are doing a really good job of that right now.
You mentioned small details. For you individually, what are some of those small details that can help the collective team get where it needs to go?
Yesterday we went over turnovers. I think I had 3 with a fourth possible fumble last year, and it's unacceptable. Anytime we have the ball in our hands, we've been told you got DGA, dreams, goals, and aspirations. You have everybody's, everyone in this building, in this organization's dreams in your hands, and whether those turnovers led to directly correlated to a loss for us, it was something that for myself I looked at as unacceptable, and just making sure that I make sure that doesn't become something that that I don't have to worry about. It hasn't been something I have to worry about in the past, but it's something I definitely don't want to have to worry about after this past season. It's wiped clean and moving forward from it. Also, just some of route details. Getting to my depth, making sure I have the right technique when I get to my depth. Releases, all of those things, all the fine details that go into playing the position that we play. Just fine tuning it. Each year I tell you guys I'm not where I want to be, and I always feel like there's more for me to be able to get to. And I feel like this year I've been able to. So far, I've been seeing so much more of an improvement in my route detail and my route technique, and looking forward to just continuing to up that as camp goes on, as the season goes on.
Jared seems like a guy who out here in this competition doesn't really change a whole lot, sort of day to day, maintains that kind of laid back mentality. What do you see that doing for him in a competition like this?
Yeah, I think all 3 of the guys are up there, battling their butts off. I think they all are taking each day in stride. I think they're all taking their reps in stride and making the most of them. There isn't a day where you're like, well, this guy didn't do this and that guy didn't do that. It's like, nah, each guy has something that they went out there, whether they were cautiously trying to do it or not, each guy has something they went out there and they got better at. And it's me not being at OTAs and not being able to see the guys. It's cool to be able to see how they work together. Yeah, they might be in a competition battle right now trying to figure out who's going to be where on the roster spot, but they're competing with each other, and they're also teaching each other, and they're learning from each other. And I think that's the most fun thing to see through this process is seeing those guys not just look at it as me versus you, but I'm getting you better, you getting me better, and ultimately the best version of us is going to come out on top, and it's going to ultimately help this team be in the best spot we can be in.
Courtland, what are your thoughts on the depth you guys have at wide receiver, from top to bottom?
Yeah, we're deep, man. We got a lot of guys that can they can go out there and play. You know, we got a couple returners, some guys that got some playing time last year that may have been on P squad or may have been elevated, whatever the situation may be. But we got guys that were returning. We got some guys that some new guys, the young guys are coming in and making plays and doing what they're supposed to do. It's amazing to be able to have Tim back on the field. Seeing him back out there, man, it brings a smile on my face, man. You know, Tim and I have been doing this now for 7 years together, and to be able to see him fight the adversity that he's been through the past couple of years and come out here with the mentality that he has, man, it's been a lot of fun. And you know, I'm excited to keep seeing, you know, these guys come out and work. You know, we got a lot of talent. There's a lot of height in our room, but you know, there's also a lot of speed, and there's just it's a very deep room. And I think guys are going out there competing, very similar to the quarterback room. You know, guys are competing. We understand that there are a limited amount of spots in our room, but you know, we're all teaching each other, all learning from each other. We're all pushing each other to get the best out that we can, and it's a lot of fun to see the guys just come to work every day with the right mindset, the right mentality of we're going to work and we're going to get each other better, and you know, ultimately the best version of us is going to come out on top.
You mentioned the height in the room, the receiver room. Sean's also pointing to that. What makes that such an advantage, and how can you guys use that to your advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys noticed last year, Coach is really big on personnel changes, and throughout the game, you know, he finds the best way to have the best personnel on the field for whatever the situation is in the game. And, you know, if you can trot out, you know, 3-6-3 receivers, you know, in a situation that can go out there and put a height advantage against, you know, a shorter defensive back group. I don't care how good the group is. I think that gives us an advantage to be able to pick and choose where we want to take our one-on-one, you know, advantage. Whether if we got to get the guys in man or catch them in a zone, whatever it may be. Because you know, I think all of our tall receivers, we aren't just jump ball guys. I think a lot of people think that tall receivers just do one thing. I think we have a lot of tall receivers that can run routes, that are very versatile, and I think that brings a lot of diversity into our room. And then, you know, you add in, you know, the Marvs and Verge and Bandy, and, you know, we have those other guys that can, you know, beat you in between the hashes, and they can also go on the outside and add some form of versatility into our room. And I think that just gives us a lot of advantage to be able to do what we want to do and go out there and put the best group on the field as possible. And it's a lot of fun. We were walking out the other day, and me, Tim, and LJ were walking together, and somebody said we were about to go to an AAU basketball tournament. It was hilarious.